Alright, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth with sincerity. Now, this is just a couple of scriptures. So I'm going to start with 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 1. It says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt, and Syria." Right, and just talking about America and all the ways that America has took on. "Girt up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand." Right, America's destruction is at hand. "A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?" Right, and that sword is talking about a nuclear missile, man. The Lord had the Smiths create the nuclear missile for the destruction of America, man. But, not only America is going to be hit by those missiles, you got other nations that's going to be hit by those missiles also. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire," right? That's the scientist, "and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy." The waster is the nuclear missile. So the Lord put the spirit on the scientist to create the nuclear missile. But the Lord's elect is going to be saved from that, man. It's not going to, reach the elect, man. That's why I said up in Psalms 91. This Psalms 91 verse 7 says, "1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked." Right. So when these nuclear missiles be shot off, man, the Lord's elect, Yahweh of the elect, is going to see this destruction. It's going to be saved from this destruction according to this scripture in Revelation chapter 15. This Revelation chapter 15, verse 1. "And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of Yahweh Shai," which is talking about the nuclear missiles. "And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire." Right, the sea of glass mingled with fire is talking about the Lord's elect looking down out of the chariots at the destruction, man. "And them that had gotten the victory over the beast," which is NATO and the EU, "and over his image," which was his philosophies, "and over his mark," which is the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, "and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Shai," which is talking about the truth. So the truth is going to be the deliverance in that day, man. Let me go back to Psalms 91 real quick, just to prove that. Because without this word, you're not going to be able to be saved, man. Without being the Lord's elect, man. But it says, knowledge, wisdom is knowledge to be the stability of thy time. What is it? "He that calleth on the name of the Lord shall be saved." Roughly paraphrasing, that's how it went. But this is Psalms chapter 91, verse 1. "He that dwelleth in the secret place of Yahweh Shai shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." Right, in the secret place is talking about the scriptures, man. And it's also talking about the chariots. It says, "I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, and him will I trust." Right, so, in order to be saved, you're going to have to be lifted up by a so-called UFO, you know, and it starts with this knowledge, man. But all right, this is back to Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 3. It says, "A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?" Right. So when these missiles are shot off, man, it ain't gonna be no coming back, man. And the scriptures say the missiles gonna hit their mark, right? Because the Lord gonna take hold of the missiles and make sure they hit their mark, man. Ain't no missile defense shield gonna save America, man. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble? It says, when it had begun to burn, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Right, so you're not going to be able to drive away no nuclear missile, man. Just like you're not going to be able to drive away no hungry lion in the wood, man. It says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. Right. So when Yahushua come back, man, and them chariots come and you start shooting them laser beams, you people gonna be turned into powder. Once you get hit by these missiles, you people gonna be turned into powder. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. It says, for strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss. Right, when they begin to be shot in the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Right. So I'm going to go back to the part where it says the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Right. America is going to be consumed and everything in it. This 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10, it says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. Talking about the nuclear missiles, and it's going to be coming as a thief because you people are not watching. Y'all not watching the news. Y'all not keeping up with this stuff, man. Y'all not keeping up with prophecies. It's a reason why they're trying to stop Iran from getting nuclear missiles, in which they already have them. And there's a reason why they're trying to put sanctions on North Korea and, keep them calm and cool and shit, and, stop them from developing their missile, developing, practicing shooting their missiles, and they trying to, make sure that missiles can reach America. It's a reason why Russia has told America that they're going to shoot missiles on them. Because that's the thief in the night. It's going to happen. But you will only know if you are following prophecy. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Right, and everything is made of elements, man. Everything around you is made of elements. Us people are made of elements, man. So people going to be melting in that day. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Right, so everything that this devil created on this side is gonna be burnt up. Every place that gets hit by nuclear missiles is gonna everything that's gonna be there is gonna be burnt up, man. From all their churches, their schools, their statutes, Their libraries with all this witchcraft in it, man. You know, their houses and shit, man. You know, their witchcraft temples and shit. You know, all that shit gonna be melted, man. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be? In all holy conversation and godliness, right? So, you know, we're supposed to be standing in the spirit, man. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Shema Shai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, right? And the heavens is talking about America, man. You know, it's not talking about no actual heaven. It says, wherein heavens being on fire shall be dissolved. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, right? And that's what we're looking for, man. We have the elect. We're looking for the new heaven and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness, right? Righteousness, man. Because the law is going to be put in our body, man. Put in our mind, man. You know, and everything going to be right, man. It ain't going to be no more suffering, no more death. You know, we're going to have spiritual powers, man. We're going to be ruling over all of our enemies, which are these heathen nations, man. But, all right, this is back to 2 Ezra chapter 16. I'm going to start back in verse 15. For the fire, it says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out to consume the foundation of the earth, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Right. So it don't matter how many peace agreements America make with these nations. It don't matter how many agreements China trying to make with America, try to help build this place back up. You know, the Lord not having that, man. It ain't nothing that they can do to, you know, deliver themselves from this coming destruction, man. Y'all had already did all the damage that y'all could do. So, you know, now it's time for payback, man. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, right? And we're living in them sorrowful days and the great mournings. It's going to get worse, though, you know. The beginnings of famine and great death. That's why Psalms 91 says 10,000 said there at thy right hand, and, you know, and 1,000 at thy left hand. You know, that's great death, man. The beginning of wars, and we got all types of wars kicking off right now in the Middle East. It says, and the power shall stand in fear in the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right, so what you people gonna do, man? You know, the Lord's prophets is out there with the scriptures trying to give y'all this understanding. And y'all don't want it. So what y'all gonna do when all this stuff happen, man? Behold, famine. Right, what y'all gonna do when starvation come? When they quarantine these cities off and stop the food from coming in. You know, that's famine. When, you know, when they run out of food in, you know, certain areas and shit, that's famine, man. And plague, tribulation, and anguish, right? And we know what tribulation and anguish is. And as sent as scourges for amendment. Right, so that y'all can correct yourself. Everything that's happening around you is happening so that y'all can correct yourself. Israel, blacks, lands, and Native Americans, man. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Right, so y'all not even go, you know, pay attention to it. Y'all gonna keep doing y'all wickedness, man. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, right? That's why they got all these 50% sales, 30% sales going on everywhere, man. That they shall think themselves to be in good case, right? That was a trick. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion, right? Sword, you know, weapons and shit, man. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, starvation. So it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be starving. And that's what's happening over there in South America. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, right? So people going to be getting gunned down. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, right? Like what's going on in Mexico. And there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. Right, man. So, you know, you people got a horrible future coming, man. Y'all right, as we have the elect, you know, we still going to be put through these tests also. But, you know, these scriptures the scriptures is going to be our strength in that day, man. The Lord going to give us the spirit to endure this stuff, man. That's why we, doing our reading and our studying now and, paying attention to all the signs and shit, because a lot of this is going on all over the world already. It just hasn't hit America on a grand scale yet. But when it hit America, it's going to hit America the hardest. This is going to be the worst place. This is going to be the place to get done the worst. So, that being said, all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well. And salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth with sincerity. Shalom.